Yabona pha phezulu phaya mfondini light red. Kunjani?
Siyaphila bhuti
Grand.
All good.
Yo, long time.
Haven't seen you since Gqeberha.
Hey, kwakumandi phaya. Wariyamba ukuthi bokuba amande, kwaba mande.
Wabaleka wagoduka.
Yeah, no, I'm always on the road running. How are you, brother?
I'm blessed.
Chairman.
Nyakomcha.
Compliments, man. Wishing you light.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, good health.
Nakuwe.
Upholile. As we discuss the injury yakho, but Upholile, are you much better?
Hayi pholile
Oh,
we 99%.
Ezinye izinto personal. Cannot be discussing them on it.
Yeah.
All they'll know is that you've recovered. Anyway, what have you been up to?
We just came from work. We've been working very, very, very hard.
Yeah, in that studio of yours.
Yeah, in our studio in downtown in Jozi.
Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, for those who've just tuned in, this is Radio 2000. It's the Glen Super Drive. It's Fashionable Friday, yo, everybody. We've got a guest in the studio, Laduma. Of course, is an award-winning designer, entrepreneur, and creative artist. And in 2010, he founded and created Mzaca Africa, which is one of the most groundbreaking designer brands in the history of South Africa. And the brand is globally recognized with invites to showcase on international platforms like the New York Fashion Week. And of course, the gentleman is here. Ufuna manzi?
I'm right, but
Right.
I'm all good.
Namanzi wakho abizwa Laduma. That's fine. So let me ask you this. Do you remember the first item you ever designed and made?
I remember vividly.
Yeah.
Actually, it was, I think, 2001.
Okay.
My late mother helped me design it.
Yes.
It was in different shades of blue. I drew a sketch, and my mother said, do you know that you can actually bring this idea into life? She said, yeah. I said, okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
And we went to buy material down and created the fabric, and then I sewed it together, and then I wore it eskolweni for Civis Day. But it broke. We unpaid, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nekwapele strong. Where at
Gqeberha.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, you were still in high school.
I was in grade 8.
Okay.
That was the year that my mother actually taught me how to hand machine knit with those machines that you push left and right.
Yeah. So your brand was born in at Nelson Mandela University. Tell us more about this story of how Amaxhosa was brought to life.
Umaxhosa, the concept was brought to life like literally from July until October as part of a curriculum. Yes, Nelson Mandela University. I did a course called Textile Design and Technology,
okay,
where they teach us how to design patterns, how to do technology of creating textiles. It's a very complex industry, but I especially focused on pattern design, because that was my strongest point, and I did it in high school as well. Part of the curriculum, we had to participate in an international design competition.
Yeah.
Of which I won the South African leg, so I went to represent South Africa in London.
Okay.
And they were literally during the World Cup. And then I competed against China, Pakistan, US, UK, Australia, and New Zealand. And then I won number 1 in that competition. That's when I realized that there's something important about this project.
Yeah.
Let me go back to school, and literally a month after I graduated, I got invited to speak at a platform in Cape Town, Design Indaba, to an audience of about 2,000 people, and at least 300 people wanted to buy.
Yeah.
On the spot.
Wow.
Yeah.
And this competition that you won, was the prize money?
There was actually, it was the largest lump sum of money that I've ever touched. It was £1,005.
Wow, £1,005?
Yeah, of course.
And I'm sure even then, the pound to the rand was probably maybe 12, right? 12 or 13.
It was about 15.
Yeah.
The exchange rate was good, all I could think in my head, I was like, "Ah, let me buy a car. I'm sick and tired of taking taxis."
Yeah.
But then I thought, no, man, I want to build a brand. I bought 2 knitting machines.
Yes.
So I ended up having 3. And then university offered me a workspace behind the store, that mall where we opened up a store.
Yes.
That university that's behind. So I worked there for about a year and a half. That's where I started the business.
Wow, I mean, listen, if I had 1,500 pounds that day, definitely, being young, it's so easy to be tempted to buy a car or invest in clothes. Do you know what I mean? And I think that was very smart of you, to invest in the machines. I mean, look at you now. Look at you now. So one of your collections inspired by the name Alkebulan. I've never heard of this before. I've met you 100 times. We've never talked about this. I've not know this name.
Yeah.
What goes into naming, your collections before presenting them to the public?
We sit as a team
Okay.
and discuss the name, but for me, I am usually the initiator of the word or the theme for that new collection.
Okay.
So I come up, a certain idea comes to me. Sometimes I don't even need to go and research. But Al-Kebulan came as a word that I saw online. There was already a song done by Nzika called Al-Kebulan. And then with my colleague Nzika, we talked about it, and it was like, yo, how about we name collection Al-Kebulan? But I said, yo, let's research first.
Yeah.
And then according to the hypothetical research that we did, we learned that apparently Africa was known as Al-Kebulan, which means land of the black people. It was known as Al-Kebulan before it was named Africa. So we did further research and then looked at visuals and then took some of those visuals and then infused them into the collection. But in essence, we were trying to showcase it in how Al-Kebulan minded people would dress up like in the modern day and age that we live in. Because that word carries quite a profound meaning of thinking ngendlela yakudala. Yeah.
I mean, Unzika is the voice from the soil, right?
Yes.
For those who don't know.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Very spiritual guy. Like, he did one of a performance here upstairs there.
Yeah,
Mind-blowing
super
performance. Tandangala way. So you specialize in knitwear, but you've since introduced us to summer pieces. What did this change do for the brand? Because I've got those pieces. Is it light, Mfundi? Is it light?
The
like
silks.
yeah, the silks. It's soft. Like when you're wearing them, when you walk, there's a cool breeze.
Yeah.
It's pain.
Yeah, so since we started the brand 12 years ago,
Yeah.
we've initially started with knitwear,
Yes.
which we specialize in, because I grew up making knitwear and that is what I know the best. But over the years, we introduced chiffon, velvet, denim, and a lot of other fabrics, because a fashion brand shouldn't be restricted
Yeah.
to certain fabrics.
Absolutely.
And surprisingly, our customers also love those fabrics. Gone are the days where we're known as a knitwear brand. Even we also dabble with the homeware,
Yeah.
like robe, towels, carpets, and various other products.
Radio 2000, 10 to 4. It's a Friday afternoon. It is Fashionable Fridays. And of course, we've got one of our favorite designers in the studio, Laduma from Ngxokolo, having a really good time. So, talk to us about the decision to bring your siblings on board to join the business. Family blood.
It wasn't even a decision that
Yeah.
I made. It was more of them realizing that destiny as a small knit family
Yeah.
is heading this direction. So Ulihle,
Yes.
that you know quite well, was the first one to commit.
Okay.
She interned at SABC and bephangele Lelo Business Chambers, Port Elizabeth at
Yes.
the time. She said, I'm quitting my job. I wanna join your journey and learn. And that was about almost 8 years ago. My young brother, Umangaliso, who
Yes.
does finance,
Yeah.
the following month, naye.
No wonder ngathola ama discounts when I go there. Pay Mall of Africa. Okay. That explains it.
He decided to quit his job as well.
Okay.
And then in 2015, Utina, my old sister,
Yes,
who
yes.
also has a fashion brand,
Yeah.
joined the company, and then she continued doing her brand in 2021.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now let's go back to money. Because I mean, your brand is, your clothes are not really that cheap. What goes into making a decision on pricing, which can be very difficult.
Yeah. First of all, market price, of course. Certain products we price them according to market.
Yeah.
Of course, what you cannot run away from is the cost of sales.
Yes.
And also the overheads of running the company. Marketing being one of the heaviest overheads that you cannot run away from. So we consider all of those inputs, costs that we get into products, and also the limitations as well that we get behind each product or per style. Like, we have a choice of making 1,000 pieces of one style, but we only make 60 to 100, and then we scatter them throughout the country, Cape Town, PE, here in Joburg, and stores overseas as well. So whatever that one gets is one of a few pieces in that city. So that exclusive limited items is also a model that we use to price as well.
Yeah. Still on on price. I mean, I know that you've got a lot of people who work for you. Abu Mama, I've seen them. How many people work under Amaklosa?
There's about 140 people, and the number is increasing.
Yeah.
We're opening up a new store at Durban, Mhlanga. So this year, I'm anticipating we will have 50 people that will get on board as part of our team.
Yeah, because someone wanted to find out, do you make your clothes from scratch, or do you source them from somewhere else?
We make at least 99% of our clothes ourselves. We make them in-house. That includes the fabric. Customers ezininzi, when they walk into our studio, they get so surprised when they see our machines making the fabric.
Absolutely.
Because they thought we go to fabric stores and buy existing fabrics. Hence, some people that walk in thinking that there's any customers, they ask us, where can we buy your fabric? We say no, we create our own fabric. We have an engineering infrastructure in-house, which we use to create, and we process it, we pre-wash it, and we post-treat it. We do a lot of systems on the fabric before we hang it into our stores.
Very interesting. Now let's talk about Hong Kong, Sabantu Bachonja, other people's ideas. I know a while ago there was an issue with that. Is it the French brand that starts with a Z?
Spanish.
Is it Spanish, ne? Yeah, there were issues there, but I know that it was sorted out.
Yeah.
And just recently on our show, we actually played a clip from a lady who was in a store, and she was at this high-end fashion house, which is Etro.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you know about the story.
Yeah.
I'm sure you know about the story. I mean, she called out this Italian, design, I think it's Etro, for copying one of your designs. Are you making any attempts at fighting this counterfeit market, or just let it go?
We've been making attempts for years, and of course, prior to that, we prepared for such.
Yeah.
If I can say so, we've spent a lot of money, fighting some of these things. Some cases are not worthy of the fight.
Yeah.
Some are.
Yeah.
But the one that we currently have, the local one, of counterfeits that are as malls and other trade sports, is something that we are on top of. But of course, public support as well, with them boycotting some of these products also helps us. Because the people that distribute these Hong Kong products, our own people, the people that manufacture them, is apparently someone somewhere in KZN, but what they do is they put a made in China label to make as if those products are imported, but we have lawyers that are working tirelessly to make sure that they pin them down.
Absolutely fantastic. Next month will be a year since the passing of our beloved Ricky Rick, who was your muse for one of your collections. I mean, what kind of a relationship did you have with him? Because, Mina, I think I met Ricky Rick maybe once or twice, but those moments were like magic.
Yeah. We had a great relationship, not Ricky, especially on his last few years of life.
Yeah.
He was a person that was kind of like shifting your mindset a bit. I'm sure you could notice it from his dress code
Yes,
well.
yeah.
He used to be the Gucci guy, Versace, and wear all these high-end brands, but his center focus was on local brands, and Maxxosa was a brand that he loved dearly. We used to go gigging with him.
Yes.
I used to go overseas trips with him, and we were starting to bond actually even more, especially the family. I love my family a lot as well. Last week I met with Mamaki. There are plans in motion to form a foundation to continue legacy yake. And last year, if you remember, our first show, also included a dedication.
Yes, I remember.
We honored him. We will be releasing a few products, that honor him, working with the foundation that his parents and family have established.
So talking about taking steps and going right to the top. You opened a store in Gqeberha. Now have you opened the one in Durban?
The Durban one is coming in March.
Yes, Oceans Mall.
At the Oceans
a new
Mall.
mall in Durban.
Yes,
apparently it's beautiful.
Yeah, it looks amazing. They have a platinum walk there.
Wow, platinum. Not diamond.
Not diamond.
Okay, so it's opening in March.
Yeah, it's opening in March on the 25th. I know KZN is ready. We've accumulated a lot of customers out there.
Okay. So do you do some research before you open a store in an area?
Yeah, we of course do research. It makes the work even better if we are already existing customers there. But as the world evolves, wealth also expands and shifts. KZN has created its own territory when it comes to luxury. So some of the stores that will be open there, Versace, Burberry, Gucci, and all these high-end brands are opening up there as well.
Excellent. And earlier on you spoke about, having expanded to rugs and other lifestyle and decor products. How has that been received, by the market?
It's been very well received. We last year we launched umbrellas.
Yes.
Sold very well. We launched robes. They went well. Towels.
Yeah, because when I went there, the robes were out of stock.
Yeah.
But I don't want to take advantage and start calling you. I go to the store with respect. But I see you stock with Glen. You'll wait. And I will wait.
I wonder why you called me. You should have called me.
I don't know. I don't roll like that.
There was. And sometimes you want to say the product. And I wonder, where did Glen get that?
So I want you to go to the top.
Yeah, no, we appreciate that.
Because I'm going to benefit once you go to the top.
Yeah.
There's a niggy lift. Embassy in New York on your plane. Listen, all the best. You and I can chat the whole day.
Yeah.
What's up this weekend? Where are you?
This weekend I'm at my house
Okay.
with my whole team.
Okay.
Every year,
Is it?
before January, we sit and strategize and plan a strategy for that particular year. It's a fun process, because we get to discuss a lot of things, a lot of paradigm shifts that are happening in the world, and how we fit into that. And also, sihlebangani basically. We
Excellent.
gossip about you, we gossip about other public figures, we gossip about a lot of things that are happening in the world.
Now your house must be big if the entire staff is engineer. We'll talk about it the other time. Thank you so much, man.
Appreciate it, Glen.
Great seeing you.
Yeah, pleasure
Yes,
seeing you,
yes. Laduma from Xhosa. It's just gone after 4 o'clock.
Right, our insurance will go all out to try to save you money on your car insurance, and if they can't, you can ask them for 500 rands. SMS out to 37221. Now that's good news.
SABC News. Independent and impartial.
Top stories: two killed west of Durban, and Ramaphosa to announce an emergency energy plan. Good afternoon, I'm Rosanne Greef. Two people have been killed and 4 wounded in a shooting at Claremont.